I'm Pastor George Borkhardt, and this is another Higher Things video short. Praying for the little things. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Hey, if you love our videos, if you have been daring to be Lutheran with us, learning about your Christian faith, or just, finding out what the Lutherans believe, go ahead and hit like and subscribe today. You can hit the bell, ring our bell. They can ring our bell. Ring our bell, and you'll get notifications when new videos are posted. You can also go to support.higherthings.org and give today. Higher Things is a 501c3 non-profit organization. Your tax-deductible gift doesn't just keep Thor in the treats. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. High five? No. High five. No. Doesn't just keep George and Thor in the treats. It also helps keep this ministry a-rolling. Okay? Now it's about prayer. It's about prayer. You ready with that? There you go. Now go. Skedaddle, you varmint. So often, very pious Christians, when they start to pray, they get all super duper pious. And you maybe heard them say something like this. Well, that's just too small of a thing to pray for. I just don't think that God needs to be bothered with that. And or the like, excuse me. So they get all sort of, pious. I don't know how else to say it. Overly pious. And they think that God doesn't care about the little things. Except he never says that in his word. In his word, he says, whatever you ask in my name. Whatever you ask in my name. Not whatever big thing you ask in my name. Not whatever small thing you ask in my name. It's whatever you ask in my name. All right? Whatever you ask in my name. Why don't you come over here? Come over here, boy. Over here. So he seems to want you to pray to him in Jesus, and he wants you to ask him for things in Jesus because he wants to give to you things in Jesus. He's a good and gracious God who loves you in the giving up of his son. And if he loves you that much in the giving up of his son, and his son tells you that he's going to give to you all that whatever you ask, then you should ask so that you might receive. You should seek so that you would find. You should knock so the door will be open to you. Nothing is too small for him. The way I would sort of describe it is, my oldest son turned 21 this week, and so often he gives me a call or he asks me a question, or he asks me to look at something, and I haven't a clue what he's talking about. I don't understand a thing. Not a thing. And it's because I'm old. He'll say, Dad, look at this. The Pelicans got the lottery pick, or look at this esports game or whatever, esports tournament. And I stop and I'll look at it and I'll watch it, because even though I don't understand a thing of what I'm looking at, because I love him. And if I know how to give good gifts to my children, if I give my children my attention, if I, who am evil, do this, how much more does your Father who in heaven want to give good gifts to you? Everything that is important to you in Jesus is important to him. And if it's evil, he's just not going to answer. He's not going to give it to you if it's evil. But if it's a thing that's important to you, ask. The most he's going to say is no, or not yet. And even his no is a gift to you. I mean, if you think about the fact that he gave up his son. Look, Thor's not having that great of a day, but I'm not even certain for some people I would give up my dog. That's a hard truth. Sorry, buddy. The Father gave up his son, his only begotten son, so that you would be saved. It's not that he's like, oh my gosh, you're boring me. He can't wait to give to you because of Jesus. Because of Jesus, he can't wait to open up heaven and pour down on you his gifts. And it's not about you. What separates me from a televangelist in this case, one I'm not asking for money, give to higher things. No, what's separating me from is the televangelist puts it all on you. You have to ask. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to commit to it. You need to change. I'm saying he's going to do this by grace. He knows what you need before you ask. And he's all about giving it to you. Now, if it's not good for you, like when my kids were growing up, it was not good for them to eat chocolate all night, every meal of the day, even if they wanted it. His no answers are going to be a gift too. But the idea that you were sort of sitting there pious, it's just too big of a, it's a too small of a thing to ask him for this, that, and the other. Look, when I was serving in Chicago, 2015, the Cubs were down 3-1. I came to church on Sunday morning and I saw my congregation sadder than sad could be. So we prayed to the Cubs, for the Cubs. I didn't pray to the Cubs, but we prayed for the Cubs to win the World Series. And that was the loudest Lord have mercy I've ever seen. Here, we pray for LSU to beat Alabama. It doesn't ever happen, but still, in his mercy, someday. But the things, leave it to him. Don't not ask. If you think it's too small or not worthy of a prayer, ask for it anyway. Leave it to him to either give or not to give. But don't do the thing where you're like, you don't care about it. Your kids don't do that. You're a child of God. If it's important to you, your father knows it's important to you. He knows it's important to you. Then ask and you'll receive. But not because you've earned or deserved it, but solely because of the merits of Christ. It rests solely on Jesus. That's about, all of a sudden it doesn't become works righteousness when we pray to God. It doesn't all of a sudden become salvation by works or prayer by works or some sort of quid pro quo. It's always about the gospel when it's about prayer to God. Always. Jesus alone saves you. And Jesus is the reason your prayers are always important to the Father. I'm Pastor George Borgard, and this has been another Higher Things video short.